What's up, guys? This is Fonzarelli Fellhand, and what's up to all my fell-handed finessers out there? We are in the Get Wet, the GWE 100 Tier 10 German Artillery. We're playing something a little bit here we haven't played in a long time. I'm not even sure if I have a video of this. We are on Malinovka Standard Battle. The Greens have taken the southeastern spawn and the Reds the northeastern. Now, as you guys know, I don't play tons/much of any of artillery, but it's a tank. I have it, therefore I am eventually going to play it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And the idea here, guys, is if you have watched some of my training videos, I've went over a few times as far as map tactics goes, where everybody typically posts up, what their position is, where they're going, what their main goals are for each different type of tank class on, a few different maps. And what this gives you guys, no matter if you're playing artillery, tank, destroyer, medium, whatever, is it gives you an idea who you're going to see and where. In other words, your tank destroyers are going to post up by the church over there at B5, B6. Your heavies are going to push the top of the hill there. And these are just common things that you need to know, and this helps you no matter what tank class you play in. Just good advice. And I don't know, guys, if I'm going to be posting too many more of the training day videos, primarily because I only like to post them if they cover new ground. Because if they just cover the existing ground, I can just say, hey, go watch this video about hull down or side scraping or what have you. Anyway, guys, moving on. As you can see here, the game is still very early, very young game here. We don't have a whole lot going on. And the thing here with the Get Wet is I don't have much of a spread. I don't have much of a turret arc, unfortunately. Every time I move, it moves my hull, and the hull kind of messes up the gun. So we're just going to try to be really careful and see if we can't scope in a few shots, get our timing down. This gentleman looks like he's almost going to back up into it, and the round went short. Not really anything you can do about that, unfortunately. However, this gun hits like a freight train. If you hit a good tier 9, a good solid hit on a tier 9, you can normally vaporize them. But of course it just depends on where you hit them, what tier 9 it is, so on and so forth. So don't expect that every single time. It is not the Death Star of artilleries, unfortunately. This gentleman right here is in trouble. He's kind of getting encircled. He's got a lot going on, and to add insult to injury, we're going to go ahead and steal that kill from those gentlemen who were earning it. This fella right here, they're making a little bit of push down low. We also have Yag up top. You think they would be a little bit more conscious of where they are, considering they know artillery is about and firing on their location. Because, realistically, if you're in a big, heavy tank, or anything big and heavy, even a tank destroyer like this, artillery is really the bane of your existence. Especially, for example, like an IS-7 hull down, nothings can pin you. You're a good distance away, so they can't shoot the weak spot to the left and right of your mantlet. They don't really want to spam heat at you at that distance because they're not getting a good return on it. And then, boom, already hits you for, half your health. So, it's a useful tool, but man, do I rage when I get hit by arty, I don't necessarily, I understand it's a part of the game, and I understand you're going to get hit with it. But it's just those one-shots. I mean, man, those guys who, you're not even spotted. You were spotted like 30 seconds ago, and he just blind fires and kills you. That just gets to me. But, everybody in this game has something that just really gets on their nerves, and that's kind of mine, is getting one-shotted by artillery. And I did it to a gentleman earlier in this particular tank. It's no bueno. It's no bueno for anybody. Even the guy shooting, you do that and you're like, eesh. Moving on. E100 backs up there. It stops backing up to the last second, but you know what? Shot ran long, so it wasn't going to connect anyway. I've still got the Yag up here being annoying. We're going to see if we can't maybe put some rounds on him. It's best, guys, if you can maybe try to toenail around, into the side of these guys versus just in the front where all the armor is. Because not every time are you guaranteed to connect with somebody on the top of the tank, on the deck plating. That's obviously where you want to go because it's as thin as, 40 millimeters. You can really do a number, but most of the time the shell arcs in and ends up hitting them in the side of the armor, of the hull armor, or the turret, but never, very rarely, the actual top of the tank. That's when it does some big time damage. Moving on, as you can see here, our right flank has completely fallen. It was holding steady there for a little bit. Now we are actively being chased for our lives, and that's fine. You win some, you lose some. There's no use in complaining. This little gentleman right here is pushing me. Big ups to him. That's fantastic. Although I don't know how much he's actually helping me. But you know what? We're not going to turn down any kind of help right now because we're in the get wet and people are out for our blood. So we're going to come over here near the hearse. The hearse is at the edge here. What is that? K3 posted up down there in the ditch, and we figure if we could get over here near him, we can get some allies around us. We can, increase our longevity. Looks like we've got an IS-7 over here, not really having a whole lot of good shots. And he doesn't really want to present himself because he knows if he does, he is going to get pooped on in a very unprofessional way. Simply because the hearse is over here as well as little old me. Now, the thing we need to worry about is kind of the danger close situation. Are these gentlemen just running down the hill here out for our blood? So we kind of need to put a counter on that. Slow them down if you will. I've got a hearse here just running through the mag. We go ahead and tap him. He is not at all happy about that. We want to kind of keep the gun in the same direction. We don't really want to turn around and completely fall back because it's getting to the point where there's not really much place to fall back to. Hopefully we can get the gun loaded before we get our next shot in. We are very close. We are sixth sensed, and then we get hit by the Yag. The Yag said, "That's enough of you shooting me the entire game. I'm not happy with it at all." And then he kills me. But you know what, guys? You win some, you lose some. Really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you guys have any requests, what have you, make sure to comment them below. And eventually, I think I'm going to do a weak spot guide on the Minuteman. I've had a lot of requests for that. So, yeah, just look for that anytime soon, i.e. next couple of weeks. Guys, hope you enjoy. See you later.